scientists have studied the features of crocodile hemoglobin that allow it to sit underwater for a long time. Crocodiles are famous for their ability to hunt from ambush. They wait for the victim while underwater, after which they jump up sharply, soar above the surface and grab the animal with their teeth. However, crocodiles breathe air and are able to dive only by holding their breath. Due to the presence of a special type of hemoglobin in the blood, the reptile can sit without breathing for several hours. Storz from the University of Nebraska at Lincoln and his colleagues decided to find out exactly how crocodiles developed this feature, the only one of all jawed vertebrates. Hemoglobin binds to oxygen in the lungs, after which it releases it in the tissues. In most vertebrates, the ability of hemoglobin to capture and retain oxygen is determined by organic phosphates, which, joining hemoglobin, cause it to release gas. But crocodiles use bicarbonate instead of phosphates, which is formed during the decomposition of carbon dioxide. Since tissues produce a lot of carbon dioxide, they also indirectly generate a lot of bicarbonate, which, in turn, encourages hemoglobin to distribute oxygen to the tissues that need it most. To find out how such a system could have arisen in the course of evolution, the authors decided to investigate the reconstructed hemoglobin of three types: the distant ancestor of crocodiles, Archosaurus, aged 240 million years, the last common ancestor of all birds, and the common ancestor of modern crocodiles aged 80 million years. It turned out that only the hemoglobin of the direct ancestor of crocodiles did not bind phosphates and was sensitive to bicarbonate. Next, scientists began adding crocodile-specific mutations to the hemoglobin of the Archosaurus. As a result, the authors identified which mutations made the hemoglobin of the Archosaur more similar to the hemoglobin of the modern crocodile. It turned out that the evolutionary changes in the reaction of hemoglobin to bicarbonates and phosphates were caused by different sets of mutations, and the strengthening of one mechanism did not depend on the loss of the other. In other words, the bicarbonate sensitivity was turned on and the phosphate sensitivity was turned off separately. Scientists summarize that a combination of mutations can lead to functional changes that exceed the sum of their individual effects. A mutation that does not produce any functional effect by itself can open the way to other mutations in many ways with obvious and direct consequences.